The Trump-Pelosi feud now heating up as the president denied Speaker Pelosi the use of a military jet for this trip overseas to Afghanistan, writing in part, in light of the 800,000 great American workers not receiving pay. I am sure you would agree that postponing this public relations event is totally appropriate. I also feel that during this period, it would be better if you were in Washington negotiating with me and joining the strong border security movement to end the shutdown. Senator Rand Paul is in studio today. How are you, sir? And
good morning.
Welcome back here. So your idea is to go ahead and hold the State of the Union address 10 days from now and do it on the floor of the Senate. Is that a serious option?
Yes. If we have to, I think we absolutely should. I think in no way should we say that the State of the Union is now a partisan event and the Democrats can just cancel it because they don't like Republicans.
But it is serious. Only because I read something there where it was suggested yesterday and some of the senators joked about it.
Well, no, I think it actually could happen. It's not very big. You know, we only have 100 seats, but we have a huge gallery and there could be some standing room. It's not ideal. I mean, it's supposed to be in the House, and it traditionally has. We never tried to bar, when the Republicans are in charge, we never tried to bar President Obama from doing it. No one ever even considered something like that. I think if the Democrats do it, it'll be seen as really petty and really petty partisanship.
Do you think Democrats would show up for that?
Well, you know, a lot of them don't show up for things now. When there are social events at the White House, the Democrats don't go. I went to everything under President Obama. I had good relations with President Obama. I disagreed with him, but I showed up at the White House when he was there. I went to private meetings with him there. The Democrats are just so mad. It's a Trump derangement syndrome. They're so angry, they just can't. They're apoplectic.
I think about your relationship early on with President Trump during the primary. That was rather unique. Would you afford me that? And
I would say we were competitors, and
but now you're golfing buddies. So
yeah.
How are we to interpret this relationship with him? And
I would say, and it's interesting, some people report that I'm influencing him. No, I just agree with him. I think he has his own instincts and his own beliefs on that we've been at war too long in too many places, and that we should defend America, but we shouldn't stay forever. You know, we're spending $50 billion a year in Afghanistan building their roads, their bridges, their gas stations, their hotels, and the president knows about that, and he's seen the finances, and he says, you know what, we could build a lot of stuff in America with that money.
You know the danger of getting out of Syria with
I know the danger of staying also.
Okay, in light of that, you put out a statement the other day. I'm going to read it, okay? I've never been prouder of President Donald Trump, which is something you just said here. In today's meeting, you stood up for a strong America, steadfastly opposed foreign wars. Putting America first means declaring victory in Afghanistan and Syria. President Trump is delivering on his promises, to which Dan Crenshaw, Republican from Texas, new member and a veteran, says, Rand Paul is giving the president bad advice. There are those of us who have sacrificed for our nation, who know the importance of this terrorist threat and the need to stay vigilant. We go there so they don't come here. It is that simple. I think the question then comes back to you. And what do you support in terms of policy in Syria?
I know another Navy SEAL, and they don't all have the same opinions. And I'll give you the opinion of a guy I know who's in for 19 years, who's also served his country. He says we can go anywhere, complete any mission, kill any enemy you ask us. But he said the mistake comes when you ask us to plant the flag and stay. There are many of our veterans who are happy to fight the battles we ask them, but they don't want to stay forever. We're not good at nation building. It's not what our military is supposed to be doing, building roads, bridges, hotels, and whatnot. Also, 2,000 troops in Syria are not winning any war over there. What they are is a trigger to a bigger war. President Trump promised this. He would defeat ISIS, and we did. Are there any remnants of radical Islam left in the Middle East? Yeah. Are there suicide bombers? Yes. But if we're to wait till the last suicide bomber is gone from the Middle East, we'll be there forever.
Two more things quickly here, and I've got to move through both of these. You were at the White House this week, right?
Yes.
I understand that there's a split between Republicans and you, Republicans on one side, and you and the president on the other. How did that come out?
The president stuck to his guns. He believes very strongly one thing, that the Iraq war was a mistake. It was the worst foreign policy disaster of our lifetime because it made Iran stronger and it destabilized the Middle East. He's the same way with regime change in Syria or Libya or any of these places. He's with me on that in the sense that we've actually made it worse. For example, Iraq, which we liberated, is now aligned with Iran. They're also aligned with Russia. So we actually have created a stronger Iran by toppling Hussein. The president gets it. Many Republicans still don't get it. Many Republicans continue to say we've got to fight over there.
The way I characterized it, is that accurate?
That there are many Republicans who disagree?
In that meeting?
Yes, absolutely.
And you and the president are on one side and they're on the other?
Absolutely. I support the president on this, and I think the president is absolutely right. The regime change in the Middle East has made us weaker, not stronger.
Hope you come back. I'm out of time for now. Senator Rand Paul, thank you for your time. You bet. Sandra, what's up?